Terry Who visits the boot camp for wimps.
Welcome to Hell Camp. The next 4 days, you belong to me.
We meet Mandy Fry, the fastest street-legal woman in America.
I like quick thinking. I like having to be on your toes all the time. I like things that happen fast.
Find out why this woman is the toast of Hollywood. An Australian water skier survives this 220-kilometre-an-hour crash and goes on to become a world champion. And it's all just for the record.
Geoff Burgess is a man of many passions. Luxury cars, stunning women, pushing his body to the limits of physical endurance. On dry land, his passion is satiated by a silver Ferrari. On the water, it's by being a world champion water skier. Oh, and just for the record, Geoff Burgess has the use of only one arm.
It was Easter Monday, 1979, while attempting the world speed record, that the accident happened. Geoff admits that he was a little unprepared and that the driver lacked experience. Whatever the reason, fate took over, and Geoff Burgess slammed into the water at 134 miles per hour. The nerves in his shoulder and arm ripped away from the spinal cord, leaving the arm paralysed. This footage of Geoff's accident, filmed on Super 8 by a spectator, has never been seen on television before. Despite this handicap, this former Australian ski racing champion was back in the water skiing after just 6 months, and soon after that, he was back in the record books. In 1981, he entered a competition at Foster and won his division with a 50-foot jump. In 1984, he was one of a team of skiers attempting the first world marathon ocean ski record by skiing from Brisbane to Sydney. The team made it, but Geoff was the only skier to go the whole distance, a mere 23.5 hours worth.
I'd always been sort of fairly physically orientated in my sports and enjoyments, and I thought, well, that's the end of that. What am I going to do now for kicks? But yeah, it didn't take me long. I got back into it. You just don't believe what the doctors tell you.
How hard was it to come back after an accident like that?
It just seemed a natural thing to do. It's sort of like there is no alternative. You just do it. The negative side just cannot come into it. So take the best of whatever situation is and just go for it. Well, when the doctors told me I'd never use my arm again, I sort of think, hey, you know, this is me, I'm different than everyone else. And it was a little bit depressing there for a while, but I think you snap out of it reasonably quick with a few good friends, and once I started getting back into sport and then enjoying the things I was sort of quite good at, yeah, sport was the main thing that sort of got me through it.
As well as winning titles off able-bodied skiers, in July of 1987, he attended the first World Water Ski Trophy and took home the title of overall World Champion Disabled Water Skier, with wins in the jump and trick sections and a second in the slalom.
But as with everything else, he really just did it for the fun and was actually surprised at his success. Apparently what made it all worthwhile were the great parties afterwards. Well, with a fistful of titles under his belt, a Ferrari in the garage, and a speedboat tied up at the end of the garden, for Geoff Burgess, life could be a lot worse.